Okay, so it's time to turn in your Tell a Story project from GarageBand. So you can either follow along with the video or you can read the directions yourself. And if you get stuck, come back to the video, whatever works for you. So the first thing you want to do is in GarageBand, you want to open up your project. So again, and when you do this video, you can pause it whenever you want while you wait for your program to load. I've got I used to have it, there it is. I have my project open right here. And again, yours may not look like mine, but this is what you should have open is your Tell a Story project. Number two, you want to make sure that you can see the entire timeline for your project. You want to make sure that the LCD area is on time, and then you want to move your playhead to the end of the project. So let's see if we can get all those things done. You want to make sure that you can see the entire timeline. So if I look at mine up here, I got this one file. I'm not sure I can see it all. So you might have to move this slider a little left and right. There we go. Now I can see it all. There we go. Now I know where the end of it is. Okay. You also want to make sure this LCD area up here is on time. So if yours is not, switch it over to time and then take your playhead and move it to the end of your project. So now I know your project needs to be between 1.5 and 2 minutes long. Don't worry, mine's not long enough, but this is just a sample, okay? So you want that all set up like that. All right, so that takes care of step number 2. Step number 3, you're going to take a screenshot of the entire timeline and hopefully your name in the top right corner. If you don't have your name, then don't worry about it. But if you have your name, I want your name in it. So you're going to do a Command-Shift-4 to select this area. Okay. So back in GarageBand, okay, I got my playhead at the end. I got my LCD. I can see everything. So I'm going to do Command-Shift and a 4, get my little crosshair. I got to start way up here so I can get my name over there, and then all of the 2 timelines and that entire area. Something you can end it there if you want. I'm just going to end mine right here. Now it's going to go to your desktop. See that right there? So just leave it there. That'll be something that we use. Okay. So now we're ready to place that screenshot, this thing right here that we just saw, onto the bottom of the script. So open up your script. Again, pause the video while you get things open. Make sure your playhead isn't like here, like in between text. Get it below that sentence, okay? And I'm going to do a little window finagling here so that I can get to my desktop. You have to, of course, do what you need to do. There it is. There's my screenshot right here of what I want. I drag it over and I drop it underneath those directions, and it should size it for me. Yep, and put it in right there. And that's all I need to do. So that just shows me what you did in GarageBand and what that looks like. Take a screenshot, place a screenshot. So we got step 4 done. Number 5. So we're going to go back to GarageBand and your project should be open. We're going to do what's called the share menu and then export this song to disk. So we have a file. We're going to select the folder we want to save this in and then name the file, the last name, your last name, and then tell a story. We'll see a place where we select a type of file. We're going to choose MP3, leave the quality on high. Then we're going to click the export button. So we're going to go through steps 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. So we go back to GarageBand. Okay. And here's the share menu right up here. And then it's export song to disk. So this is kind of another, it's rendering is what it is. Okay. Like a video. So the file name up here will be your last name and then the name of the project, tell a story, and then make sure you go through and you put this in the correct folder that you want it to go into. Okay. Down here, this is the MP3 type of file and leave it on high. Okay. So that's where it's all going to go. And then you click on export in the corner and it's done. And yours might take just a few more seconds than mine, but for the most part, then it is done. Okay. So now when we go back to our steps, we did that 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we have the file exported. So now we're going to go to Rush. Now you think, why do we need to go to Rush? You have an audio file that doesn't go on Flipgrid. Flipgrid is for video, movie type things only. So we're going to use this audio file and turn it into a movie. So we're going to use the Rush program. Okay. So again, pause the video while you wait for your Rush program to open. When you get your Rush program up and running, okay, where are we at? There we open up Rush, number 10. Then number 11, you create a project called Tell a Story. Number 12, you import the audio file, that one you just exported out of GarageBand. Then we're going to add a basic title and our first and last name on it. You can format it and then extend the title to be the same length as your audio file. Okay, so let's do steps 10, 11, 12, and 13. So again, pause the video if you need to. All right, in Rush, then you click Create a New Project. Down here, you call it Tell a Story. And then you need to make your way to your Documents folder where you have your audio file. Here it is, last name Tell a Story. That's the only file you need. And then you click Create. And it'll throw it on its own little audio track. And the time should match, okay, that you did export it out of GarageBand. We're going to add the basic title, just right here, basic title, and you're going to drag that down. Now, if it starts to move around on you, just put the title at the 0 mark and then move the audio file back to the 0 mark, okay? And then you might have to change your zoom because you need to see the end of the audio file. There it is. And so make the title the same length as the audio file. And then make sure this has the text of your first name and your last name. And you can put it all on one line. And if you think you need to format it, you can format it however you want to. So if we go back, let's see, we did that, we created that, we imported the audio file, we added the title. So now we're ready to render that as a movie. And then we'll have a movie that we can upload to Flipgrid. So it's share. The file name is last name, first name, Tell a Story. Put it in your GarageBand folder. Under advanced, it'll be a resolution of 720, and then click export. So let's head back to Rush, and we are going to click share up here. And we want it to be called your last name, and then Tell a Story. And then you need to put it in the folder where you can find it. So back to your folder. You'll notice there's already an MP3 file in there with your last name, Tell a Story. This will actually be, the extension will be an MP4. At least that's what we're hoping we'll get. Okay, so you should have that available to you. Okay, and then you just click choose. And then under advanced settings, only thing we want to do is change the resolution to 720. And then that will be an export out in the corner. And you just, again, you kind of have to wait that out so that you can get that movie file. Okay. That will tell you where you saved it at right there. So there's mine. Last name, first name. See, mine's an MP4. Now, yours might actually be, let me see, I'll move mine to my digital production folder. Yours might be there. I guess I didn't do a very good job of getting mine there. There we go. Put it in the GarageBand folder. So see this, I have a last name, Tell a Story, MP3, last name, Tell a Story, MP4. The MP4 is the file you upload to Flipgrid. So if you come back to the directions here, upload the movie file out of Rush, the one you just exported, onto the Flipgrid, and don't forget to include a name tag of your first and last name. Okay. Then one last step is you go to Google Classroom, go to the script, and then click the turn in button. The script is the one that has the picture at the bottom. Okay. And so you go back to your, let's see, from Classroom right here. Okay. You open it up, and mine's not going to work because I don't have one, but you open yours up and there'll be a turn in button up here. Click the turn in button so that I know you have attached your your screenshot, and I know that you have turned it in on Flipgrid, and that's where that will notify me that you have done your work. If we go back, that's it. The directions are done. That's it. So you can watch them again. You can pause them whenever you want to, whatever you need to do. But that is how you complete the turning in of your project.